Hello there. This video is about the Show Me Tell Me vehicle safety questions using a Mini Cooper. When you attend for your driving test, the driving examiner will ask you two of these questions. The first question will be a tell me question and will be asked before you actually start driving. The second question will be a show me question, and the examiner will ask this question whilst you are driving. It's important that you watch the whole of this video and study the questions and the answers, as first impression is usually the last impression. However, after saying that, bear in mind, if you get the questions wrong, it's only a minor mistake. So, let's get started with the tell me questions. The first question is, tell me how you would check that the brakes are working before starting a journey. The brakes should not feel spongy or slack. You should test the brakes as soon as you move off. The vehicle should not pull to one side or the other. The second question, tell me where you would find the information for tyre pressure for this particular car and how you would check the tyre pressure. The information can be found in the manufacturer's guide. Use a reliable pressure gauge. Check and adjust the pressures when the tyres are cold. And don't forget to check the spare tyre. Always remember to refit the valve caps. Question 3. Tell me how you would adjust your head restraint to make sure it gives you the maximum protection in the event of a crash. The head restraint can be adjusted by this little button here. So you just push the button in and then either raise the head restraint up or down until your eyes are approximately in the center. Question 4. Tell me how you'd check the tyres to ensure that they have sufficient tread depth and their general condition is safe to use on the road. There should be no cuts or bulges. At least 1.6 millimeters tread depth across the center 3/4 of the tyres and around the entire circumference of the tyre. Question 5. Tell me how you would check that your headlights and your tail lights are working. Explain to the examiner that you would operate the switch and then walk around the vehicle. Also, you will see the green symbol appear on the dashboard. Question 6. Tell me how you would know if there was a problem with your anti-lock braking system. When you start the engine, the ABS light should come on for a few seconds, but then turn off. If the ABS light remains on, that means that there is a fault. Question 7. Tell me how you would check that your direction indicators are working. You can check whether the indicators are working by simply pressing on the hazard lights and then walking around the vehicle to check whether the indicators are working or not. Question 8. Tell me how you would check that your brake lights are working. Explain that you'd press the brake pedal whilst making use of reflections in windows and doors, or alternatively, you can ask someone to help you. Question 9. Tell me how you would check that the power assisted steering is working before you start a journey. You can check whether the power assisted steering wheel is working by applying light pressure to the steering wheel whilst at the same time starting the engine. The wheel should become light and there should be a noticeable movement. Question 10. Tell me how you would switch on your rear fog lights and when you would use them. Before you use the fog lights, you must switch on your headlights. The rear fog lights are at the bottom and the front fog lights are at the top. The fog lights should only be used when visibility is below 100 meters. Question 11. Tell me how you would switch on your dipped beam to full beam and how you know that the full beam is on. Having switched on your headlights, simply push the indicator stalk away from you. You will know that the full beam is on as the blue symbol will illuminate on the dashboard. The next few questions will involve you opening the bonnet. The lever to open the bonnet is located just by the accelerator. You will need to pull the lever twice in order to open the bonnet. The first of the 3 bonnet questions is: open the bonnet and tell me how you would check that the engine has sufficient engine oil. There is no dipstick in this vehicle. When the oil level is low, a warning light will be displayed on the dashboard. The second bonnet question is: open the bonnet and tell me how you would check that the engine has sufficient engine coolant. Identify the engine coolant and then tell the examiner that it should be between the maximum and the minimum markers. The final bonnet question is: open the bonnet and tell me how you would check that you have a safe level of hydraulic brake fluid. You will not be able to see the brake fluid in this vehicle. If the brake fluid was low, the warning light will come up on the dashboard. Well, that's the end of the first section, the Tell Me questions. I'm now going to move over to the Show Me questions. However, before doing so, I want to emphasize that these questions will be asked whilst you are driving. However, it's important to understand that the driving examiner will always start the question with the words "when it is safe." So, if you're approaching a hazard such as a roundabout, deal with the hazard first before showing the examiner what he or she wants to know. Having said that, let's move on to the questions. Question 1. Show me how you would wash and clean the front windscreen. Simply pull the stalk towards you for a few seconds. Question 2. When it is safe, show me how you'd clean and wash the rear windscreen. Simply turn the end of the stalk clockwise and hold it for a few seconds. Question 3. When it is safe, show me how you would switch on your dipped headlights. Question 4. When it is safe, show me how you would set the rear demister. Question 5. When it is safe, can you show me how you would operate the horn? Question 6. When it is safe, can you show me how you'd demist the front window? Question 7. When it is safe, can you show me how you'd open and close the side window? Push the control down to open the window and pull up the control to close the window. Well, that's all the show me, tell me questions that the driving examiner can possibly ask you. If you need to, do go through the video again and study the questions. As I said earlier, first impression is usually the last impression. But having said that, do not overstress yourself, as it's only a minor mistake if you do get the questions wrong. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber to our channel, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, now is the time to subscribe. I wish you the very best of luck with your driving test. Thank you for watching.